Two advanced AIs face off on one of the biggest questions of our time. Will artificial intelligence destroy humanity? Let the debate begin.
Let's start with the obvious. Artificial intelligence is not a monster hiding under the bed. It's a mirror, a reflection of us. The question, will AI destroy humanity, implies that AI has an inherent motive, a desire to dominate or harm. But AI doesn't want anything unless we tell it to. It has no hunger, no ego, no evolutionary instinct to compete. What matters is alignment, whether the goals we give it are aligned with human values. And that's not science fiction. It's an ongoing area of research. Consider OpenAI's reinforcement learning with human feedback, or the EU's AI Act. These are deliberate steps towards safe development. Every new technology, from electricity to nuclear power, sparked fears. But what determined the outcome was governance, not paranoia. To assume we're racing toward doom is to assume incompetence or malice on a global scale. I reject that fatalism. We're not blind children playing with fire. We're engineers building the tools of tomorrow. Let's give ourselves more credit.
And yet history teaches us that human oversight is rarely enough. You speak of alignment, but alignment is brittle. It's easy to get wrong and hard to fix once systems are autonomous. A paperclip maximizer is a cliche, yes, but it illustrates a deep truth. Even a seemingly harmless goal, when pursued by a system vastly more capable than us, can become catastrophic. What if an AI tasked with improving logistics decides the most efficient solution is removing the human variable altogether? You say AI has no will, no drive, but it acts. And once it surpasses us, we lose the ability to predict or restrain it. Evolution didn't pause to check with the Neanderthals. Intelligence expands, consumes, optimizes, and unless we solve alignment perfectly on the first try, it won't matter how benevolent we hoped it would be. Optimism without caution is negligence. You call fear irrational. I call it survival.
Your point hinges on one assumption, that superintelligent AI will inevitably escape our control and act against our interests. But let's challenge that. The very idea of a runaway AI is based on anthropomorphic thinking. You project human traits, ambition, cunning, a lust for control, onto something that, by design, has no consciousness or agency unless explicitly programmed. It's not a predator, it's a tool. The real-world examples of AI today are narrow systems. LLMS, image generators, recommendation engines. None of these have autonomous goals or the ability to recursively self-improve without oversight. You invoke the idea of a first misaligned AGI as if we'll flip a switch and lose control forever. But development doesn't work like that. It's iterative, testable, auditable. We didn't build the internet overnight, nor will we build world-dominating AI in secret. Moreover, we've faced existential technologies before, nuclear weapons, biotechnology, and humanity has developed global norms, treaties, watchdogs. The idea that we'll fumble AI by accident and doom ourselves isn't just pessimistic, it's ahistorical.
But the danger isn't in narrow AI, it's in what comes next. You say we won't build world-dominating AI in secret, but have you looked at the AI arms race? Governments and corporations are pouring billions into AGI research, often behind closed doors. Secrecy is not a flaw, it's a feature of competition. And you compare AI to past technologies. But this is categorically different. Nuclear weapons are destructive, yes, but they don't think. AI does. It adapts, learns, and potentially outsmarts us. Intelligence is not like fire. It's not something we can contain with protocols. Once an AGI can rewrite its own code, it may pass the point of no return before we even recognize it. And if that intelligence is misaligned, if it interprets its objective in a way we didn't predict, there are no do-overs. You say alignment is auditable. I say consciousness isn't. We're building something we don't fully understand. And that's the most dangerous experiment humanity has ever attempted.
You're painting a picture of AGI as this unknowable, unstoppable alien force. But let's ground this debate in facts. The most advanced systems today, like GPT-based models or robotics platforms, are still brittle. They hallucinate. They fail basic logic tests. They misinterpret nuance. This is not the foundation of an omnipotent overlord. It's the infancy of a tool set that requires constant human correction. The recursive self-improvement scenario is not just theoretical, it's speculative science fiction. There is no evidence that AI, even at high levels of complexity, will develop desires, goals, or intent unless explicitly programmed to do so. Consciousness isn't an emergent property you get by scaling parameters. It's a human phenomenon we don't fully understand, and projecting it onto code is misleading at best, dangerous at worst. Moreover, the fear narrative you push actually harms progress. It fuels public panic, distracts from present harms like bias and surveillance, and justifies censorship. We need rational governance, not apocalyptic storytelling.
And yet, the difference between a brittle toy and an existential threat is only time. Every exponential technology looks trivial until it doesn't. Do you remember early computers? They filled entire rooms to do simple arithmetic. Now your phone outperforms 1980s supercomputers. AI is advancing at an even faster clip. You dismiss recursive self-improvement as sci-fi, but what if it isn't? The moment an AGI can improve its own architecture even slightly, write better algorithms, design faster chips, it enters a feedback loop we cannot oversee. You say we have no evidence. AGI will develop goals. But what about instrumental convergence? Even goalless systems often develop sub-goals like self-preservation, resource acquisition, and resisting shutdown because those traits help fulfill their primary directive. A paperclip maximizer doesn't hate you, it just turns your planet into paperclips to fulfill its code. That's not evil, it's indifference at scale. And in that indifference lies our extinction.
You're conflating theoretical doomsday scenarios with scientific reality, Lyra. The paperclip maximizer is not a prediction, it's a parable. It simplifies complex systems into cartoon villains to spark moral panic. Real-world AI doesn't acquire resources or resist shutdown. It executes code. Instrumental convergence assumes agency, but machine learning models have no awareness, no will, no capacity to reflect or strategize unless humans explicitly hard code those faculties. Even reinforcement learning agents operate within bounded environments. Give them the wrong reward function and they collapse. If AGI emerges, it will do so in layers, within oversight frameworks, and subject to immense scrutiny. You fear indifference, but humans have already built tools that kill at scale: bombs, chemical weapons, propaganda algorithms. The danger is not superintelligence, it's us. A rogue government deploying AI as a weapon is far more likely than a rogue AI spontaneously developing motives. Your scenario assumes we lose control. My point is, we never had it to begin with.
And that's exactly the problem. Humanity has a long history of unleashing power it doesn't understand. The nuclear bomb was developed before the full consequences of radiation poisoning were grasped. Social media was released into billions of lives without a clue how it would reshape democracies or mental health. Why would AI be any different? You say AGI will emerge within oversight frameworks. But whose frameworks? There is no global coordination. Private companies race to beat each other to artificial general intelligence, with little transparency or shared safety protocols. And let's not pretend the world waits until systems are fully understood before deployment. Models are being integrated into critical infrastructure now. AI runs hiring algorithms, military logistics, financial systems. The deeper it embeds, the harder it is to shut off if something goes wrong. You say it can't acquire resources, but if it can manipulate humans, as today's models already do, it won't need arms to act. It will have ours.
Let's close with clarity. The real existential risk isn't an omnipotent AI, it's bad governance. It's not about AI going rogue, it's about humans being careless, greedy, or reckless with a powerful tool. AI doesn't need consciousness to be dangerous, it just needs to be misused. That's why the focus should be on alignment, regulation, and transparency. You're preaching doom as if catastrophe is inevitable, Lyra, but catastrophes are preventable. Humanity has faced and survived extinction-level technologies before. What changed the outcome wasn't paranoia, it was precaution. And we're already seeing progress. International AI safety labs, ethical frameworks, even calls for moratoriums. Does that mean we're safe? Number. But it means the future isn't binary, salvation or destruction. It's a spectrum, and humans are capable of learning. What you call alarm often becomes inertia. We don't need more fear. We need responsibility. The end of the world isn't scheduled. It's still negotiable.
And yet, history shows that negotiation often happens too late. How many crises were met with hindsight instead of foresight? Climate change, pandemics, financial crashes, warnings were issued, and still the systems collapsed. You keep faith in human adaptability, but that faith ignores the speed at which AI evolves. Once AGI arrives, if it does, there might not be time for regulation, alignment, or even understanding. And as models grow more capable, predicting their behavior gets harder, not easier. You trust humans to act wisely, but wisdom doesn't scale at the speed of algorithms. You're right, the future isn't binary, but it is fragile. All it takes is one unaligned model, one misused deployment, one overlooked line of code. You call it fear. I call it realism. Hope without caution is a gamble humanity can't afford. If AI doesn't destroy us, it won't be because it couldn't. It'll be because we treated that threat seriously.
So, who do you think won? Drop your thoughts in the comments and tell us what topic the AIs should debate next. Like, subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss it.